Hello，关注啊！Hello，是你让我看见干枯沙漠。
Hello everyone out there, my name is Macaribe from the city of Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. But today we once again have a Chinese topic, and this time it's gonna be some phenomena that is happening all over China, which is called the WANG HONG, or like internet celebrity. And of course we all know that it's very popular nowadays to be like an internet celebrity or an Instagrammer, a YouTuber, how it's called, or just a blogger in the Western world. But in China it's a little bit different, and today I'm gonna explain to you which are those differences and why is it that is so popular and what is it that is to be a WANG HONG in China. So basically WANG HONG it's a live streamer, and I have prepared some information which I will be reading for you, so just be attentive to it. So those WANG HONG are like Chinese influencers, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about WANG HONG versus bloggers, what is more known here in the West. So now I'm a blogger, I'm not a WANG HONG, but this is how it goes. While bloggers have a verifiable career in Western countries, specializing in everything from fashion, beauty to lifestyle. In this case, I'm like a China health blogger, I believe. So I am sure that some of you have heard about this word, but maybe some of you haven't heard about this word. And today you're gonna be clear about what is that WANG HONG means. So here it goes. While bloggers have a verifiable career in Western countries, specializing in everything from fashion, beauty to lifestyle, in this case, for example, I think I will be categorized as a China health blogger, perhaps business YouTuber or guru. Some people are some gurus. Of course, I think I'm not that high yet, but maybe I'm arriving. In China, the market is quite different. We have WANG HONG, meaning internet celebrity. WANG is the internet and HONG is like red or like, yeah, just like spotted, you know? So WANG HONG is someone who has lots of followers, but unlike bloggers, they do not need to be seen as a content expert. So that's a big, big, big difference. Because I've myself had tried the WANG HONG. I was even offered a job. If perhaps you follow me from a time ago, you have seen that video about there was a company inviting me to go and check the installations of a place where they wanted me to work there for them as a WANG HONG. And seriously, it's just another level compared to YouTube or like just a simple Instagrammer blogger, whatever is called here in the West. Anyways, let's continue. Instead, they are influencers due to their looks or their sense of humor. But this is just really, you know, when I went to that company, the WANG HONG company, because now it's a very, very big business in China. It's not just a person blogging like I'm blogging a platform, which is YouTube, which is the most popular and the ones that you can monetize your videos. Like there are other platforms created by business owners in China now, emerging all over, and doing the recruiting of good-looking people or talented people for the company. And they even have like cubicles in the company. They have the equipment, they have the programs, they have the software for you to just go and sit in that room and just look beautiful. Because at this very moment, this is my natural look. I don't have any, you know, enhanced, because at some point it's like just like look like a monster. Sorry, but at some point some of them do look like that, like super big eyes and like everything is just transformed, you know? Even the picture, whenever they are promoting their channels, because it's not like a channel, but it's more like a space. It's called like Tribo, which Tribo is live stream space. So you see that small picture and you see like a super beautiful, super, I don't know, make it up, enhanced picture, and then you enter the place, the space, and the girl or boy live streaming is just totally sometimes off the picture or looking weird with all these kind of effects and software. But that's the way it is. So once again, the WANG HONG is not like us bloggers Of course, not all of the bloggers are experts in some kind of subject. Some of them are also prankers or like just speaking, bluffing about whatever, or mocking others, But mostly this trend of becoming a blogger, it was because of you were expert in some kind of field, like let's say fashion or cooking or business, or perhaps studies somehow, I don't know, Chinese or Japanese or history, I don't know, you name it, DIY things, like someone was seen as an idol of whatever subject because he or she was expert in that, and you would like to follow him and imitate whatever he or she was doing. But instead, compared to the WANG HONG in China, things are not the same. The WANG HONG just sits there in a room, all equipped with everything to look better. So I'm sure you will know what I mean, because I have prepared some zhibo, means like some live stream of this WANG HONG, and later on you will watch them. And basically they are just opening their space, and a lot of comments are just popping, and because sometimes they have over, I don't know, sometimes maybe 500,000 viewers, so of course the comments are unreadable, literally, and they will win or earn money somehow at some people, some fans popping over some comments with, hongbao or money, cash, whatever, liu they call it, like little gifts. Shua liu, shua means like give them some, cash, of course, and that's the way they earn money. But I found it personally pretty pathetic in a way that you are not even growing yourself, because you are just talking to unknown people. And as well, right now I'm talking to you guys that for me, so many of you are unknown, although I have already met some of you. But I'm talking about a subject which I have developed and I have prepared in advance, and also I'm experienced on that subject. And of course you can be a WANG HONG talking about a specific subject and perhaps develop your career on some specific content and become an idol, an expert on that very field. But it's not the case of all of them. Mostly they are just popular on their looks, and they are just keep singing on this Tribogen, like all these live stream rooms. They just sing songs that fans pop out and ask them to sing, or like dance, or some of the girls just are wearing really low. But that is just the way it is, and we're gonna continue with the story of what is the WANG HONG versus the blogger in the West. As fans have become familiar with this new type of influencer in China, their audience's content expectations has risen, which has led to higher quality content, of course, like everywhere, anywhere, like just in YouTube and Instagram, blog, so whatsoever, because there is more offer, so we viewers become more demanding about it, and some people do deliver some quality content, so you have to compete. This confuses foreign brands who often rely on influencers to market in China. They may ask, what is the difference between WANG HONG and bloggers in China? How can I analyze who is who online to figure how to classify them? You see, here comes business. Because before brands were promoting through, some really high-class celebrities or perhaps some famous blogger in the Weibo, but now the WANG HONG comes in the game and live streams. Today, let's talk about the difference between these two groups of people and their strengths. Okay, so here it comes, WANG HONG. WANG HONG, as I mentioned above, are not bloggers. They don't need to be super knowledgeable about a specific topic. However, they still have a strong influence. Their followers are usually from tier 2 to 3 cities who like approachable fashion and beauty, but aren't so serious. So I don't know if you're familiar to it, but China is divided on 1, 2, and 3 tier cities, and it depends on their city development. For example, Shenzhen was a first-tier city, Shanghai and Beijing is a first-tier city, and some small cities on the developing, they are perhaps 2 or 3-tier city. So this means like people from 2 or 3-tier cities watching them, because they do not have available perhaps what they are enjoying, like some fancy restaurants, some really high-class things which are just available on the first-tier city. It also says like they aren't so serious They just want to have fun online, and that's totally true. They are not so serious. They're like, oh, Laila, like I came. Every fan that is coming into the room is just like, I came here. And they just ask things about like, how old are you? Do you have a boyfriend? And the conversation is constantly repeating. So I didn't enjoy that much. Like, just, I thought it was more like a monkey being on a cage and being watched, and you just have to present a spectacle for the viewers to enjoy, and of course give you shualiwu, like give you some digital cash so you can earn money that way, right? And you will say like there's not much difference in making content for YouTube and or now the super chat that is called for the live streams in YouTube and people giving them money. But personally, I believe like there is more value in YouTube than in the WANG HONG. Of course, I cannot make that statement, but if we are versus what is what that he's earning, maybe she's just earning because it's like, oh, mama, like, oh, thank you, sissy pao, you know, like this kind of attitude, which is mostly, to not say all, from the beginning, it's fake. Perhaps after she or he met the fans and start to liking them somehow, but you do not know the person. Of course, in YouTube, you do not know the person either, but somehow I feel it's just a little bit more fake in that way. Because here you love what you talk about. I mean, you have a content, you have a schedule, you have a specific topics to develop. And there is just sit and you just wait for the fans to pop up. And maybe you're eating or you are just like wandering and you're bored. Some of the people are so bored at night and they just open the live stream video and they just start speaking nonsense. So I think there is not that much of a great value in watching them, although maybe it's like they say, it's fun and not serious, and there will be more value in watching someone who is expert on X subject, which you want to get some, again, value, and you want to grow on that, you know? So I guess that would be my personal big difference. Like, the fans just want to have fun online, as I was saying, and get inspiration, exactly, from people that is living the dream lifestyle, which we all see also in Instagram, and they're just pictures, and they're really the reality is really different. Reality is really different, but that's the way it is. Yeah, you just want to get some inspiration of how to look great and live a great life. For this audience, these influencers are a type of online star, someone who is not on the same level as a movie star or a singer, someone who is more approachable. They feel closer and more personable, of course, because you are literally speaking to them. Like every time you live stream, you are just talking to them, compared to a celebrity, which is just doing a movie or acting, and you never really have that interaction, you know. Especially if if you give them some hongbao or some cash, then they will answer like, oh, thank you very much, Marco River. Oh, you're so lovely, you know. And of course, they start preferring some fans over others. So now we're gonna talk about bloggers, but it's talking about bloggers in China, so don't be confused, okay? So bloggers are people who have a strong influence online, but they are more knowledgeable about their content area, as I was explaining before. Most of them are good at styling or are known for their writing flair. So some of them do have really good skills in writing, you know. They need to research new ideas and combine their findings with current trends to present their editorial point of view to their followers. Their followers are usually from Tier 1 and 2 cities, so this means perhaps they are more educated people and more knowledgeable, who have a strong interest in fashion or beauty. Their trend knowledge level is high and they want to understand trends on a deeper level. So this is like a keyword, deeper level, compared to the WANG HONG, which is just whoever sitting there just totally transformed by a software that you cannot even see the real person. Because there was this girl who was doing the live stream and she was using all this imagery, and at some point she goes off the camera and the thing goes off and she's like, no, she was so scared that people will see how she really looks like, you know, because perhaps they wouldn't like her. So there's also a lot of lack of confidence involved there. So as a brand, how can you tell the difference when scrolling through the internet or social media? Unfortunately, in China these days, the line is blurring. it's not that clear. Many brands simply give these two different influencer groups one name, called key opinion leader, even though these two types of influencers have different impacts. While their reach and importance is impressive, China blogging industry has a long way to go. So this is the big difference about the blogger and the WANG HONG, which is not that big difference, but I guess two key points is that their followers are more experienced on a certain subject because he or she is speaking about something, perhaps sports, car, or like fashion or beauty, you know, and the WANG HONG is just talking about whatever, and she will move with the trend, I guess. I'm thinking like if there's something trendy, she or he will speak about it because it's what the followers and the fans want to talk about. But they will not do research, they just do improvisation. Something really weird is that us as foreigners cannot really get access to these live streams very easily, although there are some foreigners live streaming, but they do get their ways, because if you're a foreigner and you do not have this, you know, the Chinese ID card, then you cannot register. But they do it with friends, or perhaps they did it before because before was available, and now recently just like harder to get in there. I wanted to try with a friend about dancing and but I also felt a little bit of I felt a little bit ridicule, making a ridicule just to like talk blah 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 to enjoy people there. I mean, the time is precious. So I hope you have enjoyed this video of today. What do you think about the WANG HONG and the blogger? We're talking about China. Of course, blogger now in the West, it's like a blogger who writes a blog, a vlogger who is like me. We do video blogs, how is it called? For mainly YouTube or other platforms. And also Instagrammers, somehow they are considered bloggers because some of them, they post a picture and they post a really long text on the picture, like just it was a blog, or perhaps they link their blog, and they are also seen as idols of certain trends. So you might be asking yourself, like, how is that this WANG HONG survive, or why did they get so popular? So first, they survive with this shualu, with these small gifts given by the fans. And the other way that these WANG HONG are making money is because of these new emerging companies, like the one I've mentioned you before, that I was invited to, and they will offer a basic salary of 5,000 RMB, but you have to live stream for 3 hours a day, and I personally thought it was a lot to just be sitting in some kind of space and talking to unknown people about nonsense, because it's literally nonsense, although you can refer to some subject. But the thing is, these fans are not, as this article was saying, they are not especially looking for you for something, for that subject that you are good at. Most of them, they just want your looks, they just want you sing, they just want you act, literally like a little monkey there. No offense to anyone that is watching this video, and perhaps you are a live streamer. With all respect, of course, there are many exceptions, but most of the platforms are full of somehow crap. I was watching and I was like, wow, I'm just losing my time. But it's entertaining, of course. It's just like a soap opera or whatsoever. It's like, there's nothing for me to grow as a person. There's nothing for me to learn compared to bloggers. You know, like if you read a blogger article about something, cooking, then you learn a new recipe. But in this case, you are just seeing someone eating, or like, I don't know, whatever activity. Anyways, leave me your comments below if you have ever watched some WANG HONG. I have to tell you that many of my China friends thought that I was perfect to do WANG HONG, and I wanted to try it, but at that very time I was very busy. Perhaps one day, I don't know. Do you think I will be good at WANG HONG? I think I will be very good, because I've seen what is done. It's just like, apart from you are not a good singer, there's not much you can talk about. Some people are pretty smart. Some people give news. Some people do this and that. Oh, and another thing is, like, many of them, especially women and of course men, they are profiting from making their own online Taobao shop or website, or just partnering with some brands, as I was mentioning in this article, and they refer the whole followers to that link. That's the way how many of them are earning a lot of cash, like just by their sales, because they themselves are the image of their own business. There was this article saying like there's WANG Hong which is earning $46 million a year compared to Fan Bingbing who earned last year I think it was 21 million. It was like wow. So there is this interview which I was reading and it says that Juling Ho, which is called in China, which is 90s generation or after, 54% of them wanna be WANG HONG, wanna be internet celebrities, you know? It's just like in the USA, I think out of every 5 kids wanna be YouTuber. But of course it's not the same, but you know, it's kind of, so it's a big trend for companies because they can promote their products easier, and it's a big trend from the WANG HONG because he or she can also are earning a lot of cash, like just by their sales, because they themselves are the image of their own business.
只要你能在都市回应我，一个笑或点头间接说。你肚子痛，我肚子也痛，咋办？看起来好像有35了，是吗？你是营养不良吗？你是发育不好吗？谢谢。谁也说有说我漂亮的，谢谢。不过怎么说呢？我觉得就是能尽量少熬夜的话，还是要少熬夜一点，特别是女孩子，包括对身体啊、对皮肤啊都不好的。
我也不知为何，伤口还没愈合，你这样闯进我的心窝。
像他妈了。我在美拍上给我刷礼物最多的人，对，所以如果你们问我这个问题是想问胖哥为什么不给我刷礼物了，或者是说胖哥为什么不来我直播间，还是想来嘲笑我，我只想说，我的直播间不会因为谁的离开而去哭去闹。
So this is the way it is. Leave me your thoughts about what do you think about the WANG HONG, if you have any WANG HONG in particular that you like, and why do you watch it, if you ever watch him or not. And I love you. This to the world. Until the next time. Thanks for the support.
凉凉夜色为你思念成河，化作春泥呵护着我。轻轻岁月覆满人生，片片芳菲如水。